The buzz had been building for weeks, and when the day finally arrived, Seoul felt like the center of the world. Outside the elegant glass-walled hotel where the press conference was set to take place, dozens of reporters, flashing cameras, and devoted fans formed a sea of anticipation. The atmosphere was electric, every whisper carrying the same breathless question: why were Jung Hae and Jung So Minutes, two of Korea's most beloved stars, holding a rare family press conference together? It was a sight no one had seen before, not just the two actors, but their entire families gathering for an official appearance. For years, speculation about their relationship had swirled endlessly, but this event felt different, felt like something big, something life-changing, was about to be revealed. Inside the venue, the tension was palpable as reporters prepared their questions. The room was adorned with white floral arrangements and warm lighting, giving it an almost celebratory air. As the doors opened, Jung Hae and Jung So Minutes stepped in hand, their smiles radiant yet tinged with nervous excitement. Behind them came their families, exchanging warm glances, the kind that only hinted at a deep bond already forged. It was the first time the public had seen both families standing side by side, and the moment carried a quiet gravity that no one could ignore. The couple took their seats at the center table, flanked by their parents. Cameras clicked furiously as the two bowed politely and began to speak. Jung Hae thanked everyone for coming, his voice calm but full of emotion, while Jung So Minutes' eyes glistened as she looked out at the sea of cameras and fans. "This is a very special day for us," Hae said softly. "We wanted to share this moment with all of you, because this year holds something truly meaningful for both of our families." His words, seemingly simple, carried weight far beyond their surface. The audience leaned in, sensing there was more beneath the calm exterior. The families took turns expressing gratitude toward fans who had supported both stars through the highs and lows of their careers. There was laughter as anecdotes were shared about the first time the families met, and smiles grew wider when Jung So Minutes' mother gently placed her hand over Hae's mother's hand in a gesture of unity. The bond between them felt real, not staged, and it left the audience captivated. Everything about the moment felt like a prelude to something bigger. The words they spoke were careful steps leading toward an unspoken revelation. Reporters picked up on every subtle glance, every touch, every shared smile. Each gesture between the families hinted at a closeness that fans had only dreamed of. And then came the first of several telling remarks. Jung So Minutes, with a shy smile, said, "This year feels like a new chapter, not just for me, but for all of us. We've been so blessed. We can't wait to share the happiness that lies ahead." Her tone was tender, her eyes briefly meeting Jung Hae's in a way that said far more than words ever could. The press conference continued with heartfelt exchanges, and yet, there was a sense that everyone was circling around something monumental without naming it directly. Hae's father added with a chuckle, "It's rare to see two families get along so well, isn't it? We feel lucky that our bond has grown so naturally. And, well, we have a lot to look forward to this year." His words sent ripples through the audience, reporters exchanging wide-eyed glances as they scribbled frantically into their notebooks. The phrase "a lot to look forward to" was repeated on social media within seconds, fans dissecting every possible meaning behind it. Throughout the event, the couple's interactions only deepened the sense of anticipation. When a journalist asked about their plans for the coming months, Jung Hae gave a knowing smile before replying, "All I can say is that we're preparing for something that will make this year unforgettable for everyone who has supported us." Jung So Minutes added softly, "Something we've dreamed about for a long time, and now, it feels like everything is finally coming together." Neither uttered the word marriage, but the implication was impossible to miss. The press conference ended on a warm note, with both families standing together for photographs, their unity speaking louder than any announcement could. As cameras flashed, fans screamed their names outside the venue. Social media exploded with theories and celebratory messages. Hashtags like #HaeInSoMinPressEvent and #NextChapter flooded Twitter, with fans around the world convinced they had just witnessed the unofficial confirmation of an upcoming wedding. What made the event so powerful was its restraint. Nothing was explicitly stated, but everything about the atmosphere, the words, lingering touches between the couple, and the visible affection between the families told a story all on its own. The fans left the venue clutching at hope, hearts full of excitement, while journalists worked feverishly to frame headlines that captured the subtlety of the moment. Later that evening, clips from the event dominated television broadcasts. Every outlet replayed the moment when Jung Hae said, "This year will be one to remember," and the soft, knowing look that passed between him and so minutes. Analysts on talk shows debated whether this was the couple's way of hinting at wedding plans. The public was left with more questions than answers. Mystery only fueled the growing excitement. As the days passed, fans found themselves rewatching every clip from the press conference, analyzing every word, every smile, every tender glance. The families had played their part perfectly, sharing just enough to thrill the public without spoiling the surprise. It was as if they were inviting the world to join in their joy while still keeping the most precious details close to their hearts. Part 2 of this remarkable story picks up as reactions from around the world flood in, and both stars speak again in a series of interviews that deepen the sense that something extraordinary is about to happen. While they continue to remain tight-lipped about specific dates or plans, their joy and excitement become impossible to hide. Fans know, without a doubt, that the happiest chapter of their lives is about to unfold, and that they are about to witness a moment that will define not only the careers of Jung Hae and Jung So-min, but also their journey as a couple stepping into a future filled with promise. The days following the press conference were unlike anything the Korean entertainment industry had seen in years. Clips of the event dominated headlines across Asia and quickly went viral worldwide. International fans joined the fray, expressing their joy and excitement as speculation intensified. News programs ran segments on the event that captured the nation's heart, while lifestyle magazines devoted entire pages to analyzing the subtle cues from both families. The consensus was unanimous: the couple was on the cusp of announcing something truly life-changing. In a follow-up interview, Jung Hae remained as enigmatic as ever. "It's hard to put into words," he said with a gentle laugh, "but life feels incredibly full right now. There's so much love and support around us, and we feel stronger than ever as we prepare for what's ahead." The interviewer pressed him for more details. He simply smiled, letting the silence speak louder than any confirmation. Jung So-min, in her own interview, echoed his sentiments. "This year has already been so special," she said, her voice trembling slightly with emotion. "Been through so much together, and to have our families by our side, sharing in this happiness, it's more than I could ever hope for. It's as if everything is finally falling into place." She didn't elaborate further, but the tears that welled in her eyes told their own story. Were quick to pick up on these moments, their hearts racing as they shared clips and translated interviews across social media platforms. "They're so obviously in love," one fan wrote on Twitter. "You can see it in the way they look at each other. It's only a matter of time before we hear the big news." Others noted how comfortable the families appeared together at the press event, describing it as the calm before a beautiful storm. Behind the scenes, insiders hinted at major plans already in motion. Event coordinators and stylists whispered about bookings in the second half of the year, while paparazzi spotted both actors visiting upscale venues with their families in tow. Nothing could be confirmed. The puzzle pieces seemed to fit together too perfectly to ignore. Entertainment analysts pointed out how deliberate every move of the press conference had been, from the heartfelt anecdotes to the symbolic gestures, like the mothers holding hands and the fathers sharing warm laughter. Everything was designed to convey unity and joy without spilling the final secret. It was a masterclass in public relations that allowed the couple to share their happiness while still maintaining a sense of privacy and control over their narrative. As summer rolled on, the couple continued to appear at events, often together, their bond more visible than ever. They held hands at red carpets, exchanged knowing glances during interviews, and spoke openly about the importance of family in their lives. At one fan meeting, Hae told the crowd, "You've all been with us on this journey for so long. I promise you, this year will be a gift not just for us, for all of you who have supported us every step of the way." The audience erupted into cheers, fully convinced that the gift he spoke of was the announcement they had been waiting for. By now, it felt less like a question of if and more like when. Every new appearance brought with it a fresh wave of speculation, with media outlets predicting potential dates and fans preparing for the moment when the couple would finally confirm what everyone already believed to be true. Yet, through it all, Jung Hae and Jung So Minutes maintained an air of quiet grace. They allowed the anticipation to build, understanding that the mystery only heightened the magic of the moment. Rather than rushing into a public declaration, they chose to savor each step, letting their love story unfold naturally and beautifully. As autumn approached, whispers grew louder that the big reveal was imminent. Invitations were rumored to have been sent to close friends and family, and bridal designers were said to be working tirelessly behind the scenes. Neither star confirmed nor denied these rumors, but every public appearance made it clear that they were deeply in love and ready for the next chapter. When that chapter will officially begin remains unknown, but one thing is certain: the world is watching, waiting, and cheering for Jung Hae and Jung So Minutes. Their love story has captured the hearts of millions. Press conference that started it all will forever be remembered as the moment when two families, united by love, gave the world a glimpse of a joy too big to be contained by words. And so the story continues, with fans holding their breath, knowing that the next time Jung Hae and Jung So Minutes stand before the cameras, it just might be to share the happiest announcement of their lives. The world waits, hearts full of hope. The moment when this love story reaches its most breathtaking chapter.